are gathered here to witness, and as we are going to be a part of an interaction program with none other than Padma Shri Bichung Bhutia sir, an ace football icon who won millions of hearts worldwide with his amazing skills and craftsmanship. We are full of gratitude to have him here with us today. Please let us all give him a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, sir, to be a part of this program. With equal pleasure, I'm also glad to announce the presence of eminent invitees, Shri Pulak Goswami, President, Guwahati Sports Association, Shri Shubham Raba, member of Northeast United Football Club, Shri Prabal Deka, certified coach, All India Football Federation, Shri Sanju Sahi, certified coach, All India Football Federation, Shri Sirajuddin Ahmed, certified coach, All India Football Federation, and students and teachers of various schools. Without your presence, this program wouldn't have been a success. So please give a round of applause to yourselves. But before we proceed on with today's program, I would like to request all to kindly be ready for National Anthem, and I request the Income Tax Choir to lead the congregation with National Anthem. I now request the Income Tax Choir to present among us a melodious song. I would like to wholeheartedly thank the Income Tax Choir for leading the congregation with National Anthem and presenting among us an amazing song. And I also request the felicitating team to kindly felicitate the musician with a token of appreciation.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. Shantanu Budwa, a noted guitarist of Northeast. And Pranjit Das on octopad. Thank you.
I would also like to make an announcement that we also have here with us Shri Bitupon Sonowal today, a certified coach of All India Football Federation. Thank you. As we move on with the program today, I would now like to call upon on stage Shri Shubdeep Kar, Income Tax Officer, to highlight among us the journey of Shri Bichung Bhutia sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to introduce before you a personality who actually needs no introduction, a legend, an icon, Mr. Bichung Bhutia. Also known as the Sikkimese sniper, he is considered the catalyst for the rise of the popularity of football in India. He was born on 15th December 1976 in Tingkitam in Sikkim and has played as a striker all his career. Bichung Bhutia is known for his deft touches, powerful shots, and pinpoint accuracy in front of goal. His hunger for goals and his passion for the game has made him the father figure of Indian football. Bichung was not only good at football, but he also represented his school at basketball, badminton, and athletics. His talent was spotted by the former India goalkeeper Bhaskar Ganguly, who helped Bhutia move to West Bengal, where he would play the most of his career. During his sparkling career, Bichung Bhutia has represented East Bengal, JCT Mills, FC Bury, Mohun Bagan, Perak FA, Selankor MK Land, and United Sikkim, besides India. Having made his debut for the national team at just the age of 19, Bichung showed some bright signs of helping Indian football rise. He went on to play some superb football for both club and country and would become one of India's finest ever players. Bichung was made the captain of the Indian national team at the 2005 SAF Championships, where India emerged the champions. Bichung led the national team to win the 2008 AFC Challenge Cup and was adjudged the most valuable player of the tournament with 3 goals. Bichung's 100th cap came during the 2009 Nehru Cup, where he became the player of the tournament again, in spite of missing out on the final. He was the first Indian player to reach the milestone of 100 caps. Bichung has made a total of 104 appearances for the national side and has scored 40 goals in all competitions. Bichung played most of his club football in West Bengal, or more precisely in Kolkata, switching between Mohun Bagan and East Bengal several times. In his split career at East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, Bichung scored 52 goals from 97 games and 25 goals from 56 games, respectively. In 1999, Bichung became the first ever Indian player to sign a professional contract in Europe when he signed for the Manchester-based side Bhutia FC, where he spent 3 seasons. Bichung has had an illustrious club career that involves a massive 226 league games and more than 100 goals from them. Bichung announced his retirement from international football in the year 2011. A farewell match was held for him in January 2012 against the top German side, Bayern Munich. Bhutia then played his last club match at United Sikkim in 2015, which marked the end of his glorious career. Bichung currently plays the role of mentor at the United Sikkim Football Club, which is owned by him and is the only club from Sikkim to play the I-League. He currently is on a managerial venture with the Sikkim state football team and has also founded the Bichung Bhutia soccer schools, which are all helping him nurture young talent. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bichung Bhutia for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shubdeep, sir, for enlightening us with the journey of Sri Bichung Bhutia. In tune to this, we are now going to observe and witness a spectacular journey of Sri Bichung Bhutia, sir, in a short video clip created by Sri Siddharth Kar, son of Sri Shubdeep Kar, Income Tax Officer.
Bichung Bhutia onside ফাঁকায় গোল হবে কি হতেই পারে এবং গোল মোহনবাগানের প্রথম গোল Bichung
somebody is really giving us, somebody who completely changed the way we see football.
Officially the last time that Bichung Bhutia will be coming off the pitch in an India jersey. The journey which began back in 1995 and indeed a journey in
I would like to thank Sri Siddharthkar for creating such an amazing video. I'm sure we all were in tears as we watched it. Every moment was truly captured magnificently. And we as Indian are really proud to have you, sir, with us today. Once again, thank you very much. And I also thank Siddharth once again for putting effort and endless hours in creating this video. Thank you, Siddharth. I'm now profusely elated and honored to now invite on dais Shri Bichung Bhutia, sir, and I cordially invite Shri JVD Langste, sir, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, to felicitate Shri Bichung Bhutia, sir, with a token of gratitude and appreciation. I'd request sir to kindly be seated on the dais. And with equal pleasure, it is now my privilege to invite on stage Shri Sukhveer Chaudhary, sir, Commissioner of Income Tax, to share his thoughts and views of today's program with us. But before we call on sir to the stage, I'd now like to invite on stage Kame ma'am to felicitate. Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to call upon Shri Sukhveer Chaudhary, sir, Commissioner of Income Tax, to share his thoughts and views.
आदरणीय श्री भाईचुंग भूटिया साहब, भारतीय फुटबॉल के दिग्गज, मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, आमंत्रित अतिथिगण, आयकर विभाग के अधिकारीगण, कर्मचारीगण, मेरे साथियों, देवियों और सज्जनों, प्रणाम। आज़ादी के 75 वर्ष पूर्ण होने पर मनाए जा रहे आज़ादी के इस अमृत महाउत्सव में मैं आयकर विभाग उत्तर पूर्व क्षेत्र की ओर से आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ द इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट नॉर्थ ईस्ट रीजन, आई वेलकम यू ऑल टू दिस आज़ादी का अमृत महाउत्सव विच इज़ बीइंग सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन द 75th ईयर ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ आवर कंट्री। आज एक बड़ा सुखद अवसर है। भारतीय फुटबॉल के एक महानायक भाईचुंग भूटिया हमारे बीच उपस्थित हैं। एक विशिष्ट व्यक्ति, अति विशिष्ट व्यक्ति। इनका योगदान भी उतना ही विशिष्ट है जितना इनका व्यक्तित्व। मेरे साथी ने इनका एक विस्तृत परिचय आपको दिया। उसके अतिरिक्त एक दो बातें इनके बारे में मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा। भाईचुंग का नाम हिंदी में वस्तुत्व, भाईचुंग नाम का हिंदी में वस्तुत्व अर्थ होता है छोटा भाई। इनका जन्म 15 सितंबर 1976 में सिक्किम में हुआ। माता पिता पेशे से कृषक थे। इनकी अल्प आयु में ही इनके पिता का स्वर्गवास हो गया। इनके दो ज्येष्ठ भ्राता हैं और एक अनुज बहन है। He has 2 elder brothers and 1 younger sister. इनका विवाह सुश्री माधुरी टिपनिस के साथ वर्ष 2004 में संपन्न हुआ। इनके 3 बच्चे हैं और ये बौद्ध पृष्ठभूमि से संबंध रखते हैं। He comes from a Buddhist background. बाकी इनके बारे में एक विस्तृत परिचय मेरे साथी ने पहले ही दे दिया है। कामई मैडम ने मुझसे कल कहा कि भाईचुंग भूटिया साहब का अभिनंदन करना है, फेलिसिटेट करना है। जैसा कि मैंने लवलीना बोरगोहाई मैडम के अभिनंदन समारोह में कहा था, महोदय आप सिर्फ अभिनंदन के पात्र नहीं हैं, आपका योगदान अभिनंदन की परिभाषा से कहीं ऊपर आभार की श्रेणी में आता है। हम आपके आभारी हैं। वी आर ग्रेटफुल टू यू सर। आपके कठोर अनुशासन एवं अथक परिश्रम ने देश का नाम रोशन किया है। विशिष्टता के बीज जो आपने बोए हैं वे कल इस राष्ट्र के अनगिनत युवक और युवताओं के लिए प्रेरणा के अंकुर बनेंगे। आपने उत्कृष्टता, आपने एक्सीलेंस, उत्कृष्टता के मापदंड एवं संबोधन की परिभाषा को ही बदल दिया है। हजारों साल नरगिस अपनी बेनूरी पे रोती है, बड़ी मुश्किल से होता है चमन में दीदाबार पैदा। आइए भारत माता के इस महान नायक का तालियां बजाकर स्वागत करें। You are all aware that Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is an initiative of the Government of India to celebrate and commemorate 75 years of progressive India and the glorious history of its people, culture, achievements. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is dedicated to the people of India who have not only been instrumental in bringing India thus far in its evolutionary journey, but also hold within them the power and potential of activating the new India. The Income Tax Department, being one of the most important wings of the Government of India, has been celebrating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav for a year now by organizing different activities like the cyclothon, felicitating renowned artists and other people, carrying out tree plantations, essay writing competitions by school children, interactive sessions with a number of various stakeholders, and spreading the message of good governance and transparent taxation. Today's program is also a part of our endeavor to honor our countrymen who have excelled in their respective fields and have made India proud. राष्ट्र निर्माण शब्द अपने आप में, राष्ट्र निर्माण शब्द में आर्थिक, सामाजिक और राजनीतिक विकास समाहित है, जिससे दुनिया में राष्ट्र की पहचान स्थापित होती है। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, हम सभी से अपेक्षा है कि हम जो भी काम करें उसमें अपना योगदान देकर राष्ट्र निर्माण में भाग लें। इस प्रकार आयकर विभाग सरकार के लिए राजस्व जुटाने में एक महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभा रहा है और यही राजस्व बाद में देश के बुनियादी ढांचे के विकास, सामाजिक कल्याण के उपायों, विद्यालयों, विश्वविद्यालयों, अस्पतालों, पुल, बांध, सड़क, खेल के बुनियादी ढांचे, स्टेडियम के निर्माण इत्यादि में काम आता है। कर का संकलन विकास का एक उपकरण है। हमारे सम्मानित आयकरदाता सरकार के खजाने में अपना योगदान दे रहे हैं और राष्ट्र निर्माण में पूर्ण रूप से अपना भाग ले रहे हैं। The department has also been taking revolutionary steps to ensure ease of doing business and ease of compliance, as well as to provide best taxpayer services by introducing modern technology. Most of its major functioning like assessment, appeal, grievance redressal, tax payment, filing of return, etc., have been fully digitized by introducing faceless assessment schemes, faceless appeal schemes, e-Nivaran, e-filing of return of income, online tax payments, obtaining permanent account numbers, etc., so that our esteemed taxpayers need not visit the income tax offices or the income tax officers for redressal of their grievances or to comply with their tax obligations. This has greatly improved the transparency of income tax department and a hassle-free tax compliance. Today we are highly privileged to have amongst us none other than Shri Bichung Bhutia, the legend of Indian football, and as described earlier, as a former captain of the national men's football team and an icon of Indian football players. His contribution to the nation through his performance in football is well known to all, and he has been the torchbearer of Indian football in the international arena for a pretty long time. He has brought much glory and fame for India, thereby taking India to a new height in the international arena. His contribution cannot be summarized in a few lines. We can only say, thank you, sir, for making us proud, and we sincerely and gratefully acknowledge your contribution to nation building. We wish you good health and success in your endeavor to improve the Indian football standards by imparting training to the budding football players of this country. I am sure that the presence of Mr. Bhutia will definitely inspire our children and the younger generation and will motivate them to take active part in nation building in whatever ways they can. Thank you, Mr. Bhutia, for sparing your valuable time to be amidst us today. Your presence will definitely encourage the children and other personalities from the sports fraternity present here along with the children and do constructive nation building for all of us. I am delighted to see so many children amongst us here who are the future of our nation. आप सभी हमारे राष्ट्र का भविष्य हैं. Their presence has itself added color to this function. We will also be reaching to school children very shortly through our different programs, including school visits, to share our vision and importance of tax payments in nation building. Thank you, children, for being here for all of us. Thank you. The presence of other dignitaries in today's program is of much importance to us as we expect them to carry our message of transparency and transparent taxation, taxpayer services, and spread the same to the sports fraternity so that they are encouraged to comply with income tax obligations and feel free to contact us for any assistance, for any difficulty that they might face in compliance with the provisions of the income tax. I request them to spread the message so that more and more people join hands in nation building by paying their income taxes. नेतृत्व सिर्फ राजनीति का या स्वतंत्रता संग्राम का बंदी नहीं होता. नेतृत्व के जुगनू हर क्षेत्र में दीपायमान होते हैं. नेतृत्व समुद्र में बिखरे हुए मोतियों के समान है. बाईचुंग भूटिया खेल क्षेत्र के एक महाकाय नेता हैं. इन्होंने भारत के परिप्रेक्ष्य में अपने अथक परिश्रम से नेतृत्व की परिभाषा बदल दी है. जैसा कि मैंने आपको पहले बताया, किसी भी क्षेत्र में नेता के मायने हैं उस क्षेत्र में उत्कृष्टता हासिल करने के लिए कुछ कारकों का होना अनिवार्य है. इनकी जीवन शैली से आपको पता लगेगा कि पहला कारक है दृष्टि, विजन. आप क्या चाहते हैं, आपकी सोच क्या है. दृष्टि ही नहीं, दूरदृष्टि होनी चाहिए. दूसरा है गोल, लक्ष्य दृष्टि से परिभाषित होता है. तीसरा है दृढ़ विश्वास, कन्विक्शन. अपने मन में, अपने अंतर्मन में अपनी दृष्टि एवं लक्ष्य के बारे में दृढ़ विश्वास की स्थापना होनी चाहिए. चौथा है सतत परिश्रम, एंड्योरिंग डिलिजेंस. अपने मन में, अपने अंतर्मन में अपनी दृष्टि एवं लक्ष्य के बारे में दृढ़ विश्वास करते हुए सतत परिश्रम होना चाहिए. पांचवा है अनुशासन, डिसिप्लिन. अगर आपका जीवन अनुशासित नहीं है तो आप सफल नहीं हो सकते. और छठा है त्याग. सातवां है ईमानदारी का लक्ष्य, ईमानदारी, दृष्टिकोण की ईमानदारी, लक्ष्य की ईमानदारी और व्यक्तिगत ईमानदारी. आपको बाईचुंग भूटिया में ये सभी लक्षण आपको सतत में आपको प्रतीत होंगे. अगर मेरी दृष्टि एक उत्कृष्ट खिलाड़ी बनने की है तो मेरे छोटे छोटे से लक्ष्य होंगे नियमित अभ्यास, कठोर परिश्रम, आराम का त्याग, विलासिता का त्याग. मन में दृढ़ विश्वास को रखते हुए, त्याग की भावना को धारण करते हुए, अनुशासनता का पालन करते हुए सतत परिश्रम करते जाना है. अगर आपकी दृष्टि में ईमानदारी है, समय लगेगा परंतु लक्ष्य हासिल होंगे और अंततः दृष्टि भी साकार होगी. और एक भाईचुंग भूटिया नाम के सितारे का जन्म होगा। Exert and exert more till you can exert no more and then exert more. लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती। नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, चढ़ती दीवारों पर 100 बार फिसलती है। मन का विश्वास रगों में साहस भरता है, चढ़कर गिरना गिरकर चढ़ना ना करता है। आखिर उसकी मेहनत बेकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती। इसी के साथ मैं अपना अभिभाषण समाप्त करना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि आप सभी भाईचुंग भूटिया साहब को सुनने के लिए बेताब होंगे। आपकी उपस्थिति के लिए मैं आप सभी को धन्यवाद करता हूँ। आपके स्वास्थ्य की और आपके उज्जवल भविष्य की कामना करता हूँ। जय माँ भारती, जय भारत, प्रणाम।
I'd like to express my gratitude to Sri Sukhveer Chaudhary sir for sharing his awe-inspiring views that would continue to nurture the younger generations who are present here. Thank you so much, sir. And now we look forward for the presence of Sushri Gigi Kame ma'am, Commissioner of Income Tax on dais, as I cordially invite ma'am to begin with the most awaited hour of today's program, which is an interactive session with Sri Bichung Bhutia sir.
Good evening. Thank you so much again, Bichung ji, for taking your valuable time out, despite your busy schedule, to be with us. We have this hall filled with very excited, young, future sports persons who we hope will turn out one day into many more Bichung's little brothers, as your name goes. So, Bichung ji, 15th December 1976, Tinkittam. I presume that's a small Sikkimese village.
Yes.
It's a cold winter day in Sikkim, but definitely not a cold day for the country and for football, because that was the day you were born to bring football, Indian football, to its limelight. So 15th December was a very auspicious day for Indian football and for the country. Thank you once again. We would like to hear what your journey has been since 15th December till today. All the young people here would be very keen to hear about this from you.
Good afternoon. I think it's been a long journey. It's been a long, hard journey which has been great. It's been a lot of ups and downs. होता ही है football में. Sports जब खेलेंगे, तो you have good moments. You have got a lot of difficult moments, challenging moments. But एक sports ऐसा एक discipline है कि आपको बार-बार मौका दिया जाता है. And जब आप success मिलता है, तो you don't feel proud and rest on those success, because आपको फिर next match खेल के उससे भी और अच्छा करना है. So when you lose, आपको हिम्मत नहीं आना है, because आपको next opportunity, next match आता है खेलने के लिए. तो जो पहले मैच में अच्छा नहीं खेला, you can recover with whatever you've done to recover and then do well. But if you win and have a great game, आपको ये भी नहीं है कि then मैं ही boss हूँ, मैं ही सबसे best player हूँ, the next game में फिर आप perform नहीं कर पाएगा. So I think sports एक way of life आपको life में एक सबक सिखाता है, because now जब मैं football खेलना छोड़ दिया, now when I've retired, I learned a lot of things what I've done during my football days. So after retirement, I do a lot of other things apart from football, and I've failed in quite a lot. But it does not put me down, because as always like football, when I have a bad game, there's another opportunity. So in life as well, when I don't succeed in few other things which I'm doing right now, I feel there's another opportunity for me to do well. So that's the biggest lesson you get playing, being a sports person. But yeah, Sikkim, मैं एक तिंगिताम छोटा गांव, it was a very very small village. उस समय, you know, when I grew up, I think our generation would understand. उस समय I think very difficult था because Sikkim 75 में India का 22nd state बना, and for Sikkim as a state also was into transition, getting, you know, everything settled down. So I think there was a lot of things happening to the state. So गांव एक typical गांव होता है. उस समय 76 में electricity रास्ता तो था ही नहीं. तो I was put into boarding school from age 5, 4-5 साल का होने से मुझे boarding school में दिया गया मेरा parents ने. So when we travel to boarding school, obviously हम लोग काफ़ी पहाड़ चढ़ के 3-4 hours walk करके boarding school vacations में जाता था. But I think that's part of life and that's where you learn. But overall, I think football हम जब शुरू किया और अभी काफ़ी difference है. Now एक football खेल के आप career बना सकते हैं. आप आज देख ही रहा है सुनील छेत्री कितना अच्छा कर रहा है. Even from Assam आपका होली चरण नाजरी है, उसका आगे दुर्गा बोरो था. Lot of good players even from Assam आके खेल रहे हैं अभी ISL में एक career professionally खेल रहे हैं. So a lot of good changes, and I think sports in India definitely change हुआ है. आप हम सब लोग cricket देखता हूँ, लेकिन अभी cricket के अलावा भी I think there are other sports person who's done well and made a career. So yeah, my journey has been long, and yeah, it's been good and bad. That's always part of life.
Yeah, thank you. Can you tell us about a couple of incidents that really tested your patience and tested your determination and how you overcame that?
No, I think the biggest challenge was पहले खुद का पेरेंट्स से कन्विंस करना कि फुटबॉल खेलना चाहता हूँ. उस समय 86, 87 का बात कर रहा हूँ. When I started playing, I was fortunate, Sports Authority of India का scholarship मिला. Then I got a full scholarship in football. But मैं जब under 16 इंडिया के लिए कैंप के लिए बुलाया गया था, when I was selected for under 16 camp, मेरा ICSE का भी एग्ज़ाम था क्लास 10 का 2 महीने के बाद. So मैंने ICSE का एग्ज़ाम क्लास 10 का ड्रॉप किया. I managed to convince, मेरा पेरेंट्स कन्विंस नहीं था कि मैं एक साल ड्रॉप करूं. But I said I can't sit, I'm going to go for national team का camp under 16 का. So I think those were challenging moments. But उस समय I think as a 15-year-old boy, मेरा एक ही wish था और एक ही passion था कि football खेलने के लिए, वो भी इंडिया के लिए. So exam भी मेरा secondary रहा. वो सबसे बड़ा challenge था I think was convincing your own parents to let you play. And जब मैं under 16 उसके बाद इंडिया के लिए खेला, then after एक साल ड्रॉप करने के बाद I finished my class 10, and उसके बाद I got an offer from East Bengal Football Club, which was the biggest football club in India then, Mohun Bagan East Bengal, to play professional. तो class 10 I finished, I passed my class 10. After that फिर 11 के बाद मुझे फुटबॉल खेलना लेके गया. Another again challenge was parents को convince करना कि अभी studies छोड़ के completely football में जाना. So that were most challenging, and as a 16-year-old boy to take those decisions at that time was very, very difficult. But when you have that will, power and passion, I think you tend to follow that.
Yeah, thank you. Willpower, passion, never giving up, and determination. So you mentioned that you were trying both your academic pursuits and your passion in football. What would you advise to all these young people here who I assume are also in different classes and pursuing academics, but also have a passion for sport? Do you think academics and sports as a career option can go together side by side? You have seen so much of sports, not only in the country, but all over the world. In terms of the country in India, and especially maybe in the northeastern region, what advice would you give for all these young people regarding pursuing academics and sports together, or what scope would they have for sports?
No, I think सबसे important though, you should keep playing I'm now almost 45, 46. I still play indoor with my friends. So never stop playing. That is very, very important. But at the same time, right now in your age, youngsters who are going to schools and colleges, don't stop studying as well. You need to keep studying and you need to balance both. Now, I run football schools. मेरा football schools है, football centers है, football academies है, मेरा खुद का. And I have lot of these questions आता है from young players, parents से कि do I continue playing football or do I go into studies? So my only advice is you can play both, but to play professionally आप career बनाना है. So if you by the time 18 आप जब 18 साल का होता है, and if you are making it to your state level team, if you are playing state junior national, yeah, if you are playing say a I League team 18, 19 में or I League second division or ISL, then I think you can think of taking it further. But आप 18 साल में आप if you're not still making it to school team या आपका कोई club team में भी गांव का team या local club में भी आप you're not making it to the club starting 11 or on the team, then that's the time you think you should also focus on studies. So you need to take a call on that because it's important that a lot of kids at the age of 17, 18 are so passionate about football, but at the same time it's important to realize that the talent-wise they might not be able to compete with others. So that's where I think you need to decide and make the call on, obviously playing, you should not stop playing because you want to stay fit, healthy. That's very, very important. So only making a professional call, making a career, making a, completely making a life playing football is when you reach 17, 18 and you're playing for your clubs or a state level, then I think you should make a call. मेरा जब 16, 17 में मैं decision जब I could take it because East Bengal उस समय का सबसे बड़ा club था इंडिया का. And if I had that, जब मुझे वो offer आया, I could choose. But if suppose somebody else in Sikkim, मेरा local club, boys club जो मैं खेलता था, वो offer देने से then I would have not missed my studies. So those calls are something which you can decide what level of offers, what level of competition you're playing at 17. Then you decide, it's like studies. आप 11 और after class 10, बहुत लोग decide करता है science में जाना है और arts में जाना है, कोई commerce में जाना है. You decide then because आपका 10 का score line क्या रहता है, आपका interest कौन सा stream में अच्छा है. You decide after that going to become a doctor, engineer or something else. It's same with football. So after 12, I think you need to decide whether you're making it and your score lines and your performance on football is that to the level to make a career. So I think that is what they need to really judge. And it's very, very important judgment and decision to take that time.
Not just the judgment, but the passion for that sport has to be there, right? Yes. I mean, you have to be convinced yourself that you do have this passion. Like you had a very clear-cut passion. You're very sure about it. I think that kind of sureness is very important for you.
Again, but I've had an experience where, 18, 17, 18-year-old boy had got a lot of passion, but I'm seeing him is not making into my second team as well. मेरा second under 17 का second team में भी वो नहीं बन पा रहा है and school team में भी नहीं मिल पा रहा है, but passion है खेलने का. It's difficult to tell him that career नहीं हो सकता है, but sometimes it's important to realize and coaches to also not tell directly, but also make sure that he's not missing out his studies.
And to start young. What would you think about a vegan diet? Sikkim state has been the first state in the country to go completely organic. And one has been hearing and reading a lot about very accomplished sports person, even bodybuilders. Arnold Schwarzenegger himself has apparently gone back to veganism. So what would what would your thoughts be regarding sports persons going completely vegan on a vegetable diet, non-meat? Because apparently a lot of proteins are also sourced from vegetables. What would your thoughts be?
I think I'm the last person to advise on the food habits and and I've never been a vegan. I'm a complete non-veg person. So coming from Sikkim, we eat everything. But yes, I think you've got to respect a lot of people who are, they have their choice to eat. But yes, I think now, a lot of vegetarian foods have a lot of, food supplements which can which can help you. With now modern, if you look at a lot of footballers and athletes and sports person now are getting into vegan. Our generation did not have that kind of support. हमारे पास कोई physios नहीं था, कोई dietitian नहीं था, जो table में दिया वही खाता था. So timings ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. Yes, but I think now with the right people, right advice करने के लिए, because sports has gone to a different level in India as well, and आपके पास different people are there to support in different ways. So yeah, I think it's an individual choice. I think the best thing is to take proper advice from dietitians or your coaches. What is the best thing? And overdoing is not good. Especially I see a lot of kids here. One thing I can really advise is आप लोग को junk food नहीं खाना है. आप लोग को ये burger, fries, Pepsi, drinks ये सब छोड़ना पड़ेगा आपको. That is one thing which you'll have to cut. I'm not saying leave it completely, but cut down karo. So one thing that I don't support. But apart from that, you need to eat healthy. Healthy khana बहुत important है because that is going to help you in your growth and in your brains as well. So eating right, make sure you listen to your mother and father what they're telling you to eat. That's very, very important. And they need to eat greens for sure. If they're eating meat as well, but greens has to be part of their diet.
So Bacho, I hope you've heard Bichung ji said. He says you can eat many things, but he's very clear about what not to eat, and that is junk food. I hope after hearing Bichung ji saying this today, from today, all of you who are aspiring to be sports persons, accomplished sports person like Bichung ji here, will stop eating junk food.
We'll ban everybody from McDonald's, Burger King's, Pizza Hut. We'll put a camera, all the sports person and non-sports person as well.
One question I wanted to ask you, Bichung ji, was regarding talent hunters. Can you tell us a bit about how that functions? For instance, we have students today from several sports academies and also students who are excelling in different sports. I think there are some chess players, basketball players, horse riders, swimmers, etc. in this group. So how does the talent hunting activity, is that the right word to use, function in India? And what would your advice be to ensure that potential sports persons get the due recognition and support?
No, I think for talent to be spotted, you need to have competitions. And I think our days we had inter-school tournaments where we were spotted. I don't know how it is now in Assam, but I think inter-school tournaments are very, very important. Age group tournaments for different clubs are very, very important. And I think through the tournament, through the matches, you really scout the talent. And a lot of players in different parts of different areas, including villages, rural areas, towns, they might train on their own, they might be playing very, very well. But if they don't get that platform to perform, they don't get tournaments, they don't see people seeing their talent, then it becomes very challenging. So I think one way to really scout the talent is to have tournaments, apart from obviously training programs in schools and clubs. But I think the only way to do is more tournaments in different age group to really scout the talent.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with you, and that makes so much sense. And I'm now wondering how, again, I would come back to you to take your thoughts on how you feel the Indian school system is. Do we have enough incorporation of the sports in the institutions? Obviously, you may think that we don't have enough and we may need more. How are some of the ways that we can encourage more sports participation or activities for students? I mean, if you were to recommend something to the government, what would you recommend?
No, I think few years ago, not few years, I think almost 10, 12 years ago, we had a big campaign, Marks for Sports. This campaign was started by a lot of sports person, including Sachin Tendulkar, to a lot of other great sports person in India. So what we were requesting the government was Marks for Sports is, you have marks for sports as well, like you have for mathematics, science, English. So you have sports as one of the subject, so that at least all the kids are playing the sport and they're staying fit and healthy. So that was one campaign which we wanted, and hopefully I think there's been a lot of positive, there was a lot of positive sign from the government. But I think that's one thing we need to do. We need to make sports as a subject in school where everybody plays. So I think that's the beginning we can think of.
Right. So we have many schools represented today, and the teachers have accompanied them. We have people from the prominent people from the sports associations of Assam. I'm sure some kind of a collaboration can be done to even pursue this end. We will be opening the house later for a question-answer session for those of you who have certain questions. I'm sure many of you have very eagerly waited to ask your questions. We will come to that. But before that, I wanted to ask you, out of all the teams and clubs that you have played with, which was the closest to your heart? Where did you have the most satisfaction and fun?
I think my closest to heart is East Bengal, because East Bengal club is where I started my life and my career. It's also because of the fans when you get attached. I also had a good time with the Mohun Bagan, but I played more my club football with East Bengal more than Mohun Bagan. I played for 10 years in East Bengal, and I think the kind of support and the kind of fan following I got during my playing career was something which I think East Bengal was very, very close to my heart. And also because it's been my first club which gave me break and which made me what I'm today. So I think that's the reason why it's always been with me. I've started my own football club, as you said, United Sikkim Football Club. That's my own club. It's mostly to promote and give opportunity to a lot of players from Sikkim, Darjeeling, Siliguri, that belt area, to give a platform. And in fact, we were the only second club from Northeast after Lajong to play in I-League. Those days ISL wasn't there. And we had a lot of players who went on to play for India from United Sikkim. One of our biggest product is Sandesh Jingam, who is playing for Mohun Bagan right now, ATK Mohun Bagan, and is also playing for India. So, yeah.
In Indian football now, who are some of the rising stars or people who have already arrived there, I mean, the younger generation who are sitting here may not have seen some of your live matches. But for them, who you think are the rising stars now?
I think, if people are following football, it's very, very important that you start following ISL or I-League, because you need to identify and know your, football stars in India, but at the same time know the standard of the clubs and the country as well. So they need to watch ISL, watch different clubs. And you've got Northeast United from our own Northeast. We all should be supporting that club that represents us. But apart from that, I think the players, if you're talking about, this year we'd had a couple of good players. I think someone from Goa, I think Kolako. Then we had Anirudh Thapa from Dehradun, who's done well. We had Robin Rai from Hyderabad FC from Sikkim, who's done well. We also had, I think, we did not get to see Holi Charan so much Holi Charan Hazari from Assam so much this time because of injury. But yeah, some of these players have done really, really well.
So staying fit and healthy is very important, and unfortunately, maybe some of the institutions and academies do not have very good facilities when it comes to, the infrastructure like gyms and other expensive equipments. So what, according to you, would you advise them on keeping fit without the need for some of the equipments that are not available to them? In what ways can they keep fit and healthy?
No, I think you don't really require gym to really stay fit. I think if you can just start playing open indoors, even in small rooms as well, morning if you don't have space, you can just jog in the park, run around. I think that I don't see the reason. If anybody who does not want to stay fit will always make an excuse. Give him the gym, give him football ground, give him swimming pool, give him cycle. He'll always remain unfit. There's always excuse to it. Anybody wanting to stay fit, you don't need to give anything. If it's even a closed door or a indoor, as well, people stay fit. And we saw that in pandemic. I think a lot of people were just doing fitness inside one room in front of television and staying fit. So I think fitness is all about in the mind to stay fit and whether you want to stay healthy or not. Right now, I'm not the best example. I've also not been keeping fit for quite some time because of travel, but I think it's important to take every 1 hour or half an hour every day of your life to make sure that you stay fit, healthy, and it's not so much to us. So I think everybody can manage that.
Yeah, that's not too much. 1 hour or half an hour, but daily. That's important. Before we open up the house for questions, you have taken success in your stride. I mean, I know for a fact, because I know you personally, and I know of many people who know you, and I've only heard that Mr. Bichung Bhutia is a very down-to-earth and humble person, despite his success. Sometimes achievements can get to your head. What advice would you give for our young people who are going to be one day stars in their own right?
No, I think you've got to be yourself. That is, I think, the most important thing. And as I said, I think in sports, success is not permanent. You've got to keep performing. You've got to. But apart from that, I think, yes, on the field, you need to be arrogant. You need to have confidence. You need to say, I'm the best. You want to perform. I want to score. But apart from that, I think just be yourself, normal, and I think be good to your friends and family and be nice. That's it.
See, there's a very fine distinction there. As a person outside your sports arena, you be yourself. But in the sports arena, you have to be out there like a tiger and a lion. Be arrogant, be proud, be strong, be aggressive, whatever. What would you say about a sports person in a team? What would you like? What do you have to say about a sports person as a team member?
No, I think team sports is something very, very important for everyone. If you're an individual sports person as well, if you play individual sport, sometimes for recreation you always play team sport, which is very, very important. So in a team sport, I don't see an individual being successful. I think for a team to win is very, very important. If your team goes on to win a gold medal, I think everybody gets that credit. But if you're going to only be the highest goal scorer in the tournament, your team is not finishing anywhere in top 3, it does not make a big difference. So I think in a team sport, it's important to be as a team. You win as a team, you lose as a team. So your first preference, your first aim is to make sure your team does well and team wins. So that, I think, mindset has to come in.
Right, thank you. Let's open up the house now for questions. Anyone who has a question can raise your hand, and one of our friends will pass on the mic to you. So the house is open for questions now, both from the young and the old. You can raise your hand. Oh, okay, over there, over there. Yes, beta, there's a mic for you there. Do you want to? Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ayushman. I want to know something about yourself. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
The question is, what thing motivates you to be successful?
I think the most important motivation to be successful is to win. We keep hearing about in schools when we are small that it's, you should participate. That's the most important thing. It's important be participating as well. But now if you're looking at, motivating yourself into getting success, then there's nothing less than winning. I think you should always aim to win. You should always compete to win. Obviously, all the time you don't win. You need to accept the defeat as well. But learn from the defeat. But your main intention is that you want to succeed, is always try and win whatever you do. So that, I think, is the main motivation.
Thank you, sir.
there. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Arihant Kocha, a student of Royal Lubul School. I wanted to ask you that besides BCCI, we have like many other sporting associations, but they are not providing much exposure and financial support to the upcoming players. So what are your opinions on that?
They're not providing is because they don't have money like BCCI. BCCI is today, I think richer than even FIFA or any billion corporate companies in India. Obviously, they have money to support that kind of structure, but other federations definitely struggle. So that way, I think when you compare other sports and cricket in terms of the kind of facilities, support system, it's definitely very, very difficult. So yes, I think the only thing we need to do, other sports need to do, is start producing great players, start winning tournaments, and getting great results. I think then it'll happen. But till then, I think it'll always be difficult to really compete and compare with BCCI, because I don't think anybody can compare in that way.
Thank you, sir.
Over there at the back, yes.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Jonathan. My question for you is, just last evening I was sitting with a couple of friends and we were discussing about coming here. And we were talking about how India is not faring very well in international standards. So according to you, you've set up a football school, and you've set up even a football academy in Sikkim and in these other places. When do you foresee India reaching the World Cup?
This is one question I get asked everywhere. If I could answer and give you the date a year, I would have been, I think, in a different level. So the real answer is I don't know when. But I can only say that, yes, one day it's possible. I don't know which day, which year, but nothing is impossible for sure. Yes, obviously, football for India right now, in terms of talent, in terms of producing that quality players, has been challenging. But at the same time, to qualify for the World Cup, today, FIFA, which all the countries are part of members, FIFA has got more membership than United Nations, because every country in the world plays football. It's only sport that is global sport that every country around the world plays is FIFA. Now, to get into World Cup, you have only 4 places from Asia. So that is around 56 to, I don't know, 58, 60 countries. So you have 4 places to qualify. And that Australia comes into Asia as well. So most of the time it's Australia, Japan. This time as well in Qatar, it's been Japan, Korea, Australia, and Iran. And I think Saudi Arabia is qualified this time as a thing. So the competition level is very, very high, first of all. Every country is obviously dedicating to play football. What we spent in India, because I think for India, we as a nation has to be more sporting as a nation, just not football, but as a whole. And good thing is, I think the younger generation of parents now, like I'm a father, I'm a parent now, so a lot of parents of my generation, of my age, are pushing their kids to play sports. Today, when we are looking at putting our kids into school, we look at what kind of sports infrastructure facilities they have. So we encourage a lot of our kids to play, and our generation, my parents' generation, did not encourage that. So we as a nation has to start becoming more sporting, first of all. We should not be sitting and watching sports on television. We need to be playing as well, and we need to make sure our kids and our younger generation should be playing. More the kids playing different sports, more talent comes out. So that has been one challenge. But again, you're competing with, if you look at even, Gulf countries in Asia, you have UAE, Qatar, Iran, they spend 100 million, not 100 times more than what India spends. Today, the best and the most successful clubs around the world is owned by Arabians, Emirates to Abu Dhabi. They own PSG, they own Manchester City, So all the big clubs are owned. They have that money. Despite that, they have not played World Cup for a very, very long time. So it's a very challenging thing. I'm also hoping that one day in my generation, I get to see India play World Cup. Hopefully, FIFA is trying to increase the number of teams in coming years. I think not now, but next 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, from 34 to I think doubling up to 68 teams as well, where Asia might have 10 countries participating. So hopefully one day, for sure.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
So good afternoon, sir. I'm Prachuri of Montfort School, Guwahati. So I would like to ask, how much does it take for a person to play in a pro league?
How much does it take? I think it takes quite a lot of hard work for sure. Your passion, your talent, and that it does take quite a bit. But again, it's not an impossible thing because you've seen players from Assam gone on to play for ISL and for the national team. That shows that it's possible. I come from Sikkim, which is from a village called Tingitam, where still it's very, very remote. So it's possible. It's not that it's impossible. But yes, you need, as I said, we spoke earlier, you need that passion, hard work, dedication, right players, right teammates to play together with you to succeed. So yeah, I think that is what I can say. I can't really give you in points, but I think it's not an impossible thing. You just need to keep working hard and playing.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, since you already have the mic, go ahead. We'll come to you, okay, please? Yeah.
Good evening, sir. My name is Arnav Jain. I am from Royal Global School. So my question is, what is the key factor required for sports person to succeed?
I think there's only one key factor I would say to succeed is love for the sport what you play. If you don't love it, if you're trying to play cricket wanting to become Sachin Tendulkar or play football to become Messi, you won't succeed. You need to love the sport. When you really love it, anything, not only sports, whatever you do, if you do it from your heart and you really love it, you tend to do everything for it. You want to work hard, you want to struggle, you want to fight for it. So only one key thing for life to succeed is you need to have passion and love for what you do. And I think that is the most important thing.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Bichung, once again. I have a very pointed question actually regarding Indian football. Now, we have seen the rise of ISL, how many youngsters are really shaping up and coming and representing the country in the national teams and all. But still, I find that there is no real number 9 center forward who will take the crosses and will take the passes in front of the goal. And that is why maybe we are lagging behind. We are not able to score the goals in the international arena. Except for, I think, Ishan Pandita, we don't have a single player who can really qualify as a center forward, as a real number 9 in any of the teams. So how do we go about it? This is a very pointed question to you.
No, I think it has been a struggle. We have Sunil Chetri right now. He's 37. He's going to be 38. Maybe he might play for 1 year or 2 years more. But after that, I think there's a huge gap and there's a huge vacuum for somebody to fill his place. And that's quite unfortunate. But this ISL, I think we've seen a lot of players. As you mentioned, Ishan is one player who's done well. We have Mervin from, I think, ATK Mohun Bagan. We had Kolako from ATK Mohun Bagan. Sahil from Kerala Blasters. So there have been a couple of players who've come in. But only thing with them you need is consistency. I think they have performed very well, outstandingly well in one match. They scored some outstanding goal, and the next moment they have not been able to repeat that performance. So I think consistent has to come in. That's been one of the major concern. But I think if they start getting that consistency and have that belief, I think we'll be able to get that number 9.
Okay. Yes, can someone give her a mic, please?
So, good evening, sir. It's Anurag Dhar from Montfort School, Guwahati. So, I have a question that, how did you get the interest in football?
How do I get interested?
Yeah.
It's not very difficult because when you're born in Sikkim and or in Northeast, you tend to do only one thing is play football. So where I grew up in my village, there was no other sport that was being played. There was only one thing, one sport, that was football. Whether it was inter-village tournament, whether there were boys, kids of my same age group, football was the only sport that was played. So my interest, I think, from the time I saw and started walking, I just could only see was football. So that's how my interest, I think.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, miss over there. Yes. Do you have a mic? Can someone give her a mic, please?
Hello.
Good evening, sir. My name is Namira Begum and I am from Kaliram Barua Girls High School. I wanted to ask you, sir, that at the age of 15 or 16, when you were a teenager, what did you do to yourself and say to yourself to be focused on your goal?
See, as a 15, 16-year-old boy, I think first thing, as I said earlier, I just wanted to do only one thing, was play football. And which I did. And with the kind of hard work, with the passion, with the love, and with tournaments, I got noticed. I was spotted, as I said, I was given best player in Subroto tournament in Delhi. From there, I got selected for under-16 India, and then went on to play for under-16 India. Then I got offer from East Bengal Football Club after that. So as a 15, 16-year-old boy, your dream was to play for India, play for some of the big clubs like East Bengal, Mohun Bagan those days. And that was what the dream was, and I played and I got that. I was lucky that I was spotted that way. And then once you were spotted, you were given the opportunity. I took those opportunity. So that was what I could do.
Sir, I have one more ask.
Yes, please.
What do you do in your free time?
I do a lot of things. I sleep. I travel quite a bit. So right now, I don't tend to see as free time, but I do travel quite a bit because I have my football schools. I do a lot of other things. I'm in a committee with Government of India Sports Ministry, with Mission Olympic Committee, then other various, I'm in Sports Authority of India governing body. So there are various things which I do, and like what I'm here today to speak with you guys. So I keep traveling quite a bit in my free time and meeting a lot of new people like you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. My name is Pran Govinda. I am from Royal Global School. So my question to you is, do you ever miss representing India in the international field of football?
Do I miss? I think right now I don't really miss it because I think I accept the generation and time. So when I was towards my end of my career in playing football, I had already made up my mind that I would want to be doing other things. So I don't really miss as such because I think mentally I'm prepared that, I wanted to do something else apart from football and I had my time. So I accept that I'm no more in that age group to be professional footballer. So I don't really miss, I watch it. If they say that do you want to play again, I'm not too sure right now because I've had my share. So I don't think I miss being a footballer right now. I had my time and I played it. I'm happy and now I'm doing different things. So yeah, I enjoy watching football. I watch ISL, I-League. I watch other football leagues across the world. And I just love right now watching more than playing.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, the little boy here in the front.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Okay, next. Okay.
Hi, sir. My name is Ishan Bardhakur. I am from Sanmari Sports Club. I want to ask you a question. So my question is, as we have schools and tuitions are regular, so in which time we should practice, in the morning or in the evening?
Whenever you have free time, you should practice, whether it's in the morning or evening. But I presume that morning your academics classes starts early, so I think after school is a good time to train. Then, because morning then you're more preparing, you're in a rush to get to school, might get late. So I feel with the timings you have, I think evening is a good time to train, because then you're not rushing up for your classes to start or which homeworks you've not done, this and that. So you completely focus. I think evening is a good time.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Shivam Bakchi, and I wanted to ask you that if a sports person loses in a very important match, is it right for him or her to be broke at that moment?
It is very, very natural to be very sad, and you have to be sad when you lose a crucial match. If you're not sad, then you have not valued that match. So it is natural. You will be sad when you lose those kind of matches. You will feel sad. You will sleep being sad. But thing is that next morning you'll have to wake up and say, we had a bad game. I need to train harder not to have another bad game. So you start training better and harder so that you don't have a bad game and don't lose a crucial game next time. Yeah, so that is the most important thing. So don't worry about losing a important crucial match. It happens. But again, you'll get that opportunity because another crucial match is going to come. That you'll have to win and cover it up. So that is the aim. You'll have to keep it and not think of that match which you lost. You'll now, next morning, get up and say, this crucial match, next one which is coming in next Saturday, I'm going to win that match. That is the belief and thought you'll have to keep with you.
Thank you, sir.
There at the back, yes.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Yusuf Younglai from GCFC Football Club. I have a simple question for you.
Thank you for asking simple question.
Ronaldo or Messi?
You told me simple question now. That is the most difficult question you've asked. Where is he asking from? Oh, there, yeah. Okay, Ronaldo or Messi? That's again, everybody has got a debate on Ronaldo or Messi. There are two ways. I don't know if you'll understand my answer. If I was a coach, I would sign Ronaldo. But if I have to watch footballer play, I would go and watch Messi. But Messi play. So I would pay to watch Messi, but if I was a coach, I would sign Ronaldo. But my favorite player out of both of them is Messi, because I like Messi. One of the reasons is I think Messi is very, very natural as a player. No doubt Ronaldo is a great player. I think nobody is more professional than Ronaldo, disciplined as Ronaldo, and the kind of hunger and will to succeed. No player in the world is near Ronaldo. But for me, I choose Messi because I think he's natural born talent. So that is one of the reasons why I choose Messi, and he's a gifted, talented player. So for me, it's Messi.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bichung ji. You cleared my own confusion also, because I also like both Ronaldo and Messi. Now I know who I like for what reason. Okay, one over there.
So, hello, sir. My name is Ayan Mora. I am from Chanmari Sports Club. So, my question is, as you have played across many fields, is there any one player or opponent which you want to play with or against him? Any one favorite?
I think one player I would want to play with, I think I would want to have played with Diego Maradona, because when we were small, I think first time I ever watched football on television was '86, and '86 World Cup was completely dominated by Maradona. So for me, he was my idol when I started playing at a very young age. So I think he's been one of the big influence in lot of our age footballers of my generation to influence and play football. So I would definitely love to play with Maradona one. He's obviously expired, but he was one player I would have loved to have played with.
Okay, thank you, sir.
The young lady over there. Yes, yes.
Greetings to one and all. I'm Rishika Kongkham from Royal Global School. My question to Sir Bichung Bhutia is that as a sports person, I'm pretty sure that most of us have felt that feeling of nervousness, anxiety before an important match. So I wanted to know from you, sir, that how do you prepare your mind or your thoughts before such a match?
If you don't feel nervous, then you're not really preparing for the match and you're not really looking forward to the match. And I think that nervousness, the pressure has to come in, and that keeps you more alert. But yes, you need to maintain and take that pressure and nervous into a limit. If you can't take it, then you become completely nervous and you lose out the confidence. So in a way, to have a pressure and nervous is very, very important for a sports person. Then that motivates you and keeps you alert. But when you are in that situation, it's always important to think positive about your performance and your team. You look at the positive side of what your team can do. Look at the positive, good quality players you have, the quality and the positive side of your team can do. Then looking at other teams positive. Look at the weaker points of other teams where we can, work and defeat them. I think those are things which once you start playing as a team sport, you start training with the team and you start working quite a bit tactically, so you get to know that. But also with time, I think slowly it will develop you into, prepare you into that mindset. Obviously, that's why a lot of times everybody say experience is very important. We need experienced players. And this is where the experience comes in, because not because of his skill or something, but mentally, the mental toughness, the way to drive the team, to give them that confidence, that experience is always important in a team with the youth and the young players. So, yeah.
Thank you, sir. That has answered my question.
Yeah, okay, the lady there.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Diya Sharma, and I have came from Kaliram Bora Girls High School. And I wanna ask you that what features about football excited you the most?
Football teaches you features of football.
Features.
Okay. The most important thing with football is a team sport. What it really teaches you is to be a team person. You lose as a team, you win as a team. And that is very, very important. And when you grow old, whether you go into being a doctor, engineer, anything else, you need a set of team to work with you to succeed. And you need to value that team, because that is the team that will gain you success. So I think football features, the most important thing in football is, I think, being a team person. And being with the team, when you lose as a team and you are together, everybody is sad, but you tend to, support each other to say we'll do well. You need that kind of team thing. And football, the most important feature or most important thing with football is about being a team person.
Okay, we'll take the last 3 questions now. So whoever has not asked will be given an opportunity first. Any more hands? At the back. Okay, over there.
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Chandan Phukan from Lakhimpur. I am a senior citizen. I used to play regularly, but I want to advise you from that at the age of 69, can I play? Should I play in this age?
No, I think there is no age limit to not to play. In fact, a year ago, before Mr. Milka Singh expired, we had a seminar with Sports Ministry. And Mr. Milka Singh, at the age of then, he was 92. And in that seminar, he said two things to all of us were there, including Minister, Mr. Kiran Rijiju sir and other sports person. He said two things he wanted to advise all the young people. He said, make sure every day, half an hour in the morning, you walk either in the park or you train so that your your body, your circulation of your body has to happen, movement has to happen. So half an hour to 1 hour you need to spend every time to exercise, whether you walk or whether you do anything. Another second advice he gave us, very, very important advice he said was, eat healthy, eat less. If you want to eat 4 bread, he said eat 2 bread. If you are feeling hungry for 2 bread, eat 1. He said every illness starts from stomach. What you eat is what your illness to health, everything includes from what you eat. So he's saying eat less, don't overeat, eat properly, eat less, and exercise every day. And he said these 2 things, he's been doing it throughout his life. And he said 92 years he's not been to hospital, admitted to hospital, and he was still doing half an hour of every morning, exercising every morning at the age of 92 and staying fit. So these are 2 formula which it was an eye-opener for me as well. So at the age of 69, I think you should be playing football happily and enjoying your football with other friends.
Thank you so much.
A young lady over here had a question. Yeah, here right in the front. Can someone give him a mic, please? You have a question? We'll get to her.
Hello. My name is Susanko. How old are you? Paisa Bhutia.
First, you tell me how old are you?
I am 7 years old.
And do you play football?
Yes.
And which position do you play football?
Summary fielder.
Where? Which position you play football? Which position? You play defender, goalkeeper or forward?
I don't know.
You don't know. Don't worry. It is good. At least you play in all the positions. So that is a very good. You should not have a fixed position in this age. When you're 7-year-old, don't have a fixed position. You play everywhere on the field. Does your teammate pass you the ball? Do they pass you when you play?
Yes.
Who is your best friend who passes you quite a lot? Bihan. And does he pass you the ball or does he not pass you? Okay.
Where is your friend Mihan?
Where
Show
are you,
Mihan.
Nihan?
Mihan?
Stand up. Nihan, how many passes did you give him?
Huh?
How many passes did you give him in football?
My name is Bihan Boro.
I said, how many times did you pass him? How many times did you pass him? Do you play football, Nihan? Do you play football?
Yes.
Do you play? So you play together with him? Is he good footballer? Okay. All
Young-
right, Nihan, thank you.
Thank you. The young lady there has a question. Can
question,
someone...
I think.
Sir, yeah. No, here right in the front. You can signal your teacher. Yes. Yeah.
First of all, good afternoon, sir. I'm the teacher from the hearing impaired school, government school, Kahilipada. She is the class 11. He want to ask the questions to you, sir. That for a hearing impaired person, any problem to playing the football?
I don't think there's any problem to play football for them as well. And in fact, we've had a lot of footballers who are, partially or some, in those situations. I don't think they have any problem in being a good footballer. I think football is itself a language where you don't need to speak.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Football, when you play a sport,
Yeah, sir.
we have players from Africa, we have players from Brazil, we have players from different parts of the country
Yes,
who
sir.
can't speak languages.
Yes, sir.
Even in India, when I played for national team, we had players from different states, from Mizoram who would not speak
sir, yeah.
Hindi, from Kerala who would not speak Hindi, and somebody who would not speak English. But football is itself a language where you can communicate when you play.
Through sign or any.
You don't need it.
That means the student he doesn't know about the hearing is a main problem for them. That's no need to think about that.
I don't think it's a problem.
So would you like to translate that? Yes.
Thank you, sir.
We'll take one last question for today from here. Yeah.
Sir,
I'm very happy to say in Assam so many students are want to play football. Then first time I know that your name and your name is are encouraged to hear. I am the creative person. Then I want to say why not play football? If I play football, then I will be your child. Thank you very much, Bhutia sir. So our student cannot speak. They say in sign language. Sorry for that, sir. I am the interpreter for them.
No, please don't apologize. Yes. Okay. One last question for the hand that is up there, okay? Yeah, the last one.
good evening, sir. I'm Supradeep Sinha of Montfort School. Sir, my question was that I wanted to ask you, sir, what was your dream club you wanted to play for and why?
I think when you start playing, right now, obviously with the social media, the cable television, you have a lot of options and you have a lot of dreams. We did not have cable television then. We did not see Indian football to world football on newspapers or television as well. So I think when you grew up in the 80s and 90s, early 90s, was all about playing it for fun, playing it for joy, and playing it to do well. And we took step by step. Obviously, once I started playing for under 16, then your playing for your country was there. But before that, at the age of 8, 9, 10, 11, you just wanted to play for your school, do well, do an inter-school, inter-house tournament. So your ambitions and your aims are, it increases slowly. So that was how it started. And once I played for India under 16, then went on to play for East Bengal, then obviously your ambitions and aims becomes different. So you can start slowly, gradually with aims and ambition, and you can keep growing.
Sir, currently, which midfielder you think is the best according to you?
In India?
Yes, sir. In India.
I think in India we have Anirudh Thapa looks very, very good. One player if I have to name.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So Bichung ji, thank you so much. Apart from a question that one of the young ladies had, what do you do for your relaxation? We in the Northeast love music and dance. A song from Mr. Bichung, Bhutia?
No chance at all. I don't sing at all.
Okay, but what do you do to really enjoy and relax?
No, I think I spend quite a lot of time when I'm free with my friends. We watch, if we have some great football match, we try and watch together in friends back in Sikkim or Siliguri. But yeah, I think just being with family, friends on a free time is something which I enjoy.
Yes, with your incredibly busy schedule, I think finding time for your friends and family is really precious. Thank you so much. What plans for Qatar? Any plans?
So far, no plans, but I think we might have a good World Cup. I think the best team, one of the best team in the world, Italy is out, not qualified. So hopefully let us all see Messi wins the World Cup before he retires. All Messi fans.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Really wish you and your family good health and happiness always. And from the bottom of our hearts, from everyone here, thank you for sparing your time and coming and spend this time. I'm sure
Thank
you've
you.
lit many dreams, and you've definitely scored more goals in our hearts also in the audience. And I'm sure this will be a launching pad for many more stars in the years to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No, it's okay. They can ask you.
I'm sure we all were equally thrilled with the session that took place, which has enlightened us in ways and means by taking inspiration from Sri Bichung Bhutia sir. It's a blessing to share a part of his journey and help the younger generation with his in-depth knowledge. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, once again. And moving on to the next phase of our program now, we're now going to felicitate student achievers from different events. And for that purpose, I'd like to call upon on stage, first of all, Shri J.V.D. Langste, sir, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, to felicitate the students with memento. And I'd also like to request Shri Bichung Bhutia, sir, to felicitate the students with gift hampers. First we have is Aditi Nath, Class 11, BDS Government Higher Secondary School for Hearing Impaired Guwahati, Event Art, participated in state-level art competition. Next we have is Ayan Hazarika, South Point School, Guwahati, event shooting, participated in national level competition, currently having national 7th rank. Next we have is Akash Dhali from Delhi Public School, cluster football, represented CBC under 17 team. Akash Dhali. Okay, next we have is Anjanora S. Momin, Class 12, Royal Global School, Guwahati, event badminton, champion of Meghalaya State under 17 category, represented Meghalaya State badminton team at national level. Can somebody collect on her behalf? For Anjanora S. Momin. Next we have is Ankit Saharia from South Point School, Guwahati, event table tennis, participated in national level competition. Ankit Saharia. Next we have is Ankit Yadav, Class 10, Royal Global School, Guwahati, event football. Represented Royal Global School team in CBSE E-Zone competition twice, awarded Best Football in 2021-2022 season, also represented RGS in Reliance Football Tournament. Ankit Yadav. I would like to thank Langste sir for felicitating. Thank you, sir. And now I would like to call upon on stage Shri Sukhveer Chaudhary sir, Commissioner of Income Tax, to felicitate the student with memento. Next we have is Arihant Kocher, Class 10, Royal Global School, Guwahati, skating, horse riding. Thank you. Okay. Do we have Akash Dhali here? Okay, I'd like to call upon Akash Dhali from Delhi Public School. Cluster football represented CBC under 17 team. Next we have is Arihant Kocher, Royal Global School, skating, horse riding competition, awarded 6 gold in All Assam Speed Skating Championship. Arnab Jain, Class 12, Royal Global School, Guwahati, event cricket, representing district in All Assam Interstate RG Barua Cricket Tournament. Next we have is Dhani Priya Deuri, Class 10, Royal Global School, Guwahati. For the event tennis, I'd like to request somebody to collect on her behalf. Somebody from the same school to collect on her behalf. Next we have is Dhrupad Kashyap, South Point School, Guwahati, event chess, participated in international level competition. Dhrupad Kashyap. Is there anybody who can collect on his behalf? I would like to thank Sukhveer sir to have been a part of the felicitating team. Thank you, sir. I would now like to call upon on stage Sushri Gigi Kame ma'am to felicitate the student with memento. We have here with us is Hriday Jyoti Sharma from South Point School, Guwahati, event table tennis, participated in national level competition. Hriday Jyoti Sharma. Can anybody collect on his behalf? Next we have is Manisha Kalita, Class 11, BDS Government Higher Secondary School for Hearing Impaired, Guwahati. Event is karate, participated in state and international level competition. Next we have is Mayank Chakrabarti, South Point School, Guwahati, event chess, international 5 rated player, awarded with title of Candidate Master in Chess, won silver medal at Asian Youth Chess Championship in Sri Lanka, selected to represent Assam at national level in under 14 category. It's a huge achievement. Next we have is Mishka Sinhal, Class 7, Royal Global School, Guwahati, event skating, represented Assam rollball team thrice at the national level. Mohak Nahata, Class 12, Royal Global School, Guwahati, event cricket, representing district team as captain in all Assam Inter-District RG Barwa cricket tournament. I would like to thank Sushri Kamai ma'am to have been a part of the felicitating team. I would now like to call upon on stage Shri Alok Naksar, Commissioner of Income Tax, to felicitate the team with the memento. Next we have is Nang Isha Main, Class 12 from Royal Global School, Guwahati, event archery, medalist in CBSE E-Zone competition in 2018 and 19, bronze medalist in senior district competition 2022. Paridhi Gogoi, Class 7, Royal Global School, Guwahati, event swimming, participated in district level competition in under 11 category, won 3 medals in CBSE East Zonal competition in relay category. Next we have is Pragyan Medhi from South Point School, Guwahati, event football, represented India National under 15, 16 and 17 team. Participated in Indian Super League and I-League. Next we have is Pran Govind Parashar Kashyap, Class 9, South Point School, Guwahati, event chess, participated in national level competition, currently having 1600 international ratings. It's a huge achievement. Rishabh Deepak, South Point School, Guwahati, event cricket, represented in under 16 category at national level, participated as captain of the under 19 state team in 2021. I would like to thank Alok Naksar to have been a part of the felicitating team. Thank you, sir. And I now request Shri Amar Jyoti Mazumdar, sir, Commissioner of Income Tax, to felicitate the student achievers with memento. We have Rushika Konkham, Class 12, Royal Global School, Guwahati, event badminton, represented Assam under 15 team in junior national. Trilok Sharma, South Point School, event taekwondo, participated in national level competition. Tushar Deka from South Point School, Guwahati, event triathlon, participated in both international and national level competition. Next we have is Ziad Zaman, South Point School, Guwahati. Event cricket, represented state team in under 16 and 19 category. Next we have is Shri Siddharth Kar for creating an amazing mini clip on the journey of Shri Bichung Bhutia sir. Shri Siddharth Kar. Thank you, Siddharth. So next, sir, आप ही felicitate कर रही हैं ना? नहीं बुला रहे हैं sir. Last but not the least, we have Heramba Kumar Das sir, a teacher of BDS Government Higher Secondary School for hearing impaired. किसको कोच को कोच ये जो 5 लोगों को देना था okay thank you so much sir. There's one more. I would like to call Sushri Kame ma'am to be on stage to felicitate the certified coach of All India Football Federation with Gamosha. We have Pulak Goswami sir, President, Guwahati Sports Association. I'd like to call upon Shri Prabal Deka, certified coach of All India Football Federation. Shri Prabal Deka. Shri Sanju Sahi, certified coach of All India Football Federation. Next we have is Shri Sirajuddin Ahmed, certified coach of All India Football Federation. Shri Sirajuddin Ahmed. Next we have is Shri Bitupon Sonoval, certified coach of All India Football Federation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We, the Income Tax Department, would like to wish all the student achievers a grand success in all their future endeavors. I would now like to request everybody to be seated as we are almost coming to the end of the program. And I would like to call upon on stage Shri M.S. Bodoloi for a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I deem it a great honor and pleasure and privilege to stand before you to propose the vote of thanks on this grand occasion. Once a great personality whispered that feeling thankfulness and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. So today I take this opportunity to express all my gratitude in 2 words. First of all, first and foremost, I would like to thank celebrated and iconic footballer, former captain of Indian football team, heartthrob of football lovers of all India, Padma Shri and Arjuna Award winner, Sri Bichung Bhutia sir, for accepting our invitation and participate in this program organized under the aegis of Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav, an initiative of Government of India to celebrate and commemorate 75 years of India's independence and the glorious history of its people, culture, and achievement. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Next, our sincere gratitude to all the esteemed office bearer and members of Sports Association of Guwahati, coaches and players of sports academies of Guwahati who are here to grace this occasion. Our special thanks to the teachers and students of all the schools who are present here to cheer for their favorite footballer and interact with them. Our thanks to the media personnel who are here to cover this event. Special thanks to the Press Information Bureau for streaming live this program in YouTube. Our thanks to the officers and officials of the Income Tax Department and their family members for gracing this occasion. And a big thank you to Sri Siddharth Kar, son of Sri Subhadip Kar, Income Tax Officer, for preparing this beautiful audio-visual presentation on Bhutia sir. And our gratitude to the Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Sri Gunjan Prasad sir, Srimati Zizi Kame ma'am, Commissioner of Income Tax, and Sri Mantu Kumar Das sir, Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, for their kind guidance and unstinted support in organizing this event. And our special thanks to all the officers and officials of the Income Tax Department who have worked behind the scene to in organizing this function. And a big thank you to all the members and management of Green Road Resorts for the beautiful arrangement they have made on this occasion. And I thank you all once again for your kind attention. Thank you.
I would like to request all the students to kindly be seated on their place as our program has not yet ended. We are still in the middle of the program. You all will get your autographs provided that you be seated. Yes. There will be a photography session. Listen, everyone. I request all the teachers to kindly call back their students and make them sit in their seats. I request the teachers to kindly call all the students and please make them sit on their seats. All the teachers are requested to kindly call back the students and make them sit on their seats. We're going to have a photo session. Guwahati City FC members, if you are present here in the venue, you are requested to be here on the stage for a photo session with Sri Bichung Bhutia. Yes, ma'am? Guwahati City FC members who are present here in the venue are requested to be on the stage for a photo session with Sri Bichung Bhutia.